Today we're going to be changing the rear tube on my 2021 KLX 300. First step would be get the bike on a jack stand, put it in gear. That way, don't want to roll. And you're going to want to loosen this one first on both sides, this side and the other one. And you're going to screw that in. Give yourself some slack. And after you've got both sides done, you're going to want to go ahead and loosen your axle here. I'll get to that in just a second. You're going to want to find the right size sockets, of course. And again, safer to do it while it's on the kickstand because of the way the bike can move. I've had them fall over on me plenty of times. I just don't seem to learn my lesson. So now, after you've gotten these loosened, well, you got quite a bit of slack in there on both sides. Go ahead and just like bump your wheel up, close that space. Now you work on taking your chain off. I'm doing this with a phone, so it's kind of hard to do all this one-handed. Now, chain's off. Use one of your breaker bars or something. Just beat that axle through all the way. Should come right out. Don't lose your spacers. Set them somewhere where they're going to be alright. Also, don't lose your washers, your nuts, and your thing you use to make sure your measurement's right on both sides of the tire. I'm going to put all that back on there. I guess it's the marker for the swing arm. I'm not really sure what the name of it is. Alright, now after you got the tire taken off the bike, I always suggest putting it on like what I'm doing, a cardboard box, some t-shirts, something, anything to keep from scratching up your rotor or scratching up your sprocket. I always put the sprocket side down because if you're going to bust your knuckles, I'd rather do it on a fucking brake rotor than I would a sprocket. Now, next thing you're going to need to do, if you have a bead lock, you need a size 12mm wrench. Let's tighten that. Give yourself some slack. That way you're able to push it up in there and break the bead. I'm gonna have to break the bead before I can do that. But if you got the bead lock, get the bead lock done first. Come down here to your valve stem and then get your valve stem. Now, for the bead lock, you don't have to take it all the way off. Valve stem, you're going to have to. Obviously, you're taking the tube out, put a new one in. Now, don't really matter, but I just push that valve stem in. Push it over to the side a little bit, make it stay there. Now, break the bead. The easiest way really is just go around it, push the tire off. Now, tire spoons. They come in handy. Never used them before, but it always makes it look easier for everybody else. I've been using flathead screwdrivers my whole life. 20 bucks at O'Reilly's. Well, these were like 28 bucks. They come with these rim protectors, so you're not, well, not just rim protectors, but tube protectors, so you're not pinching your tube when you put it back in the tire. 27 bucks, 28 bucks for these. They have a set that if you just want the spoons, it's like 18 bucks before tax. Worth it. Anyway, just grab the end of that tube, or the end of that bead. Damn, it's so much easier than the freaking screwdriver. And after you got the first little bit done, it's pretty much all cake after that. Like that. After you've got the first little part of the bead broken, it all comes off way easier. If you're changing the tube, you really only got to do one side of the tire. That's the bead. We're going to get to that part last. Get the bead lock. Look, I'm only using one spoon here. Makes it that much easier. I wish I'd have got these a long time ago. Take some big bites. See, look, I'm pretty much pulling it up by hand. Get to the tube, valve stem. Now, the bead's broke all the way around. Pretty much. Fold this lip up. Can't really see what I'm doing here. Fold that lip up, reach in there, grab that old tube, pull it out. Then old tube out.